Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 35 episode 3. I don't know why I've just zoomed right into the ground. Normally I start right out like that so you can get a bit of an overview, but you know, we're Mavericks, we start right in. Anyway, in the previous episode we built all of this, a fairly big chunk of foundation, and actually it's quite symmetrical even, well, no, I say it's symmetrical, the actual external walls and such, the overall plan of it is, but the inside is completely different. Is it? No, there's some symmetry going on there. Anyway, we got all that done, and that will allow us to crack on with our basic detention centre grant. As you can see, on the left-hand side, we have a couple of holding cells to put in, or one holding cell, a kitchen, a canteen, and a couple of guards, a couple of cooks, before we get the basic detention centre grant. Obviously, all of these rooms as well, we need to furnish, we need to actually designate them and do some stuff like that. As you can see, the visitation is incomplete, shall we say. We only need to put a couple of tables in there, but we need to sort that out as well. I was actually going to, there's been a couple of comments saying that what we should probably do is have a separate entrance to this visitation, so we could have this as staff only, so people can then come around this side, so the visitors can come in here and then go straight in visitation, but then we'll have another, say, entrance here, just like a small corridor that goes down here and then allows the prisoners inside there. Now, that would work out, I grant you that, but to be honest with you, with this being a shop where you have to have prisoners working in and stuff, I think we're just going to keep it as is and we'll see how it goes. But we might change it around. I don't know yet. Either way, that light there is need to dismantle that one. Right. So, we're just going to crack on building. Again, no prisoners in this episode as far as I can tell. It will really depend on how far we get. But, yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. But I definitely need to get this centre bit done. So, I've ordered some work here with a couple of, well, obviously work going to come along. Place some cable. But the main problem is we need to build this centerpiece, which is going to be our kitchen and canteen. I've got a bit of money because the short-term investment's done, and also just getting money generally from the cash flow and stuff. So we have enough to get this sorted, and let's just see how far we get. So we need to put a staff door there. I'm going to be very, very frugal with all of this because I want to get all of it done and the basic detention center grant sorted before we run out of cash, which I think will be alright with that one. As you can see, we've got 88 hours before we get the long-term investment completed. We can cancel that if we need to, and we will get another 5 grand back, so there's always that safety net there. We can also get, I think it's 2.5 grand from a loan, but it's always a bit risky getting a loan, because when you do that, obviously at the end of the day you are going to sort of sell yourself short, because you are going to lose out on money at the end of the day, because well, that's how loans work. It's you get a little bit of money, but then you have to pay more back. Right, so this will be our main, I guess it would be the main area of the prison. This is where all the prisoners are going to come to eat. We need to put some walls in, a little wall. We're putting the doors in, then we're going to put the walls in like so. There we are, and obviously we need to section these bits off as well. There we are, and then we need to run some power cables. Now, obviously, we've got the power cables running either side, or that's what will happen. So all I really need to do, if I'm honest with you, is run cables in like this, like that, and then obviously they'll be on either side as well, and that'll get everything powered up. Same for this side here. We don't really need to go inside with anything just yet. So let's just go to rooms and then to our canteen, and we'll make all of that canteen, and then all of this kitchen. There we are. Get rid of that a little bit, and then we will have some cookers. So cooker there, and then fridge behind it, which we'll put on like that, I guess. Not going to put any more because, as I said, I'm just trying to get the grant done. It doesn't need to work, it just needs to exist. So there we go, there's that sorted and powered up as well. And then this one is going to be very, very similar. Serving tables, we will put them all in because they only cost 20, because they still haven't fixed that, I guess. And then we're going to put benches in here. We're going to put a couple in because we do have the money and they're quite cheap. And that should be all of that sorted. That should be all of that done. That'll be kitchen, canteen. So all we need is 2 guards, 2 cooks, and the holding cell. So what that is still... Oh no, we still need a sink. Of course we need a sink. You knew we need a sink. I knew we needed a sink, but didn't register with the brain. Can we fit them in there? We can, but it would look stupid. So we're just going to put them on either side. That probably still looks stupid as well, but that's what we're going to do. And then we need to run a small pipe in like so. There we are. This side is not done. So let's just... What I'm going to do is run the pipe, because I know I'm going to have to do this anyway, and then we will run it along like so. Connect that up. Power will have to go that way as well, but we'll get on that later. Okay, so holding cell is required, and then 2 guards, 2 cooks. Holding cell, let's have a quick look at a holding cell. Does it need to be inside something? So it needs to be surrounded, yes, so we can't have it in the center there. So we'll have to put it in one of these rooms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the rooms and just check to see what we have. So this will be a shop, this will be the post area, or we might swap them round, but basically that's going to be it. This one will be something. I was thinking a small classroom, or maybe even a library, a small library there. This one will be the chapel, because I prefer a large chapel. Then we're going to have 2 other rooms of nondescript something or others. This will be our laundry, and then this will be a room that currently has no purpose. So I could, if I wanted, I could change some of these rooms around. So we could have a holding cell. We could do, if we're going to have prisoners working here, it would make sense to have this as a shop, this as a... what could that be? This is a shop. This as the laundry, no? This is a shop, this is the post, that is the laundry, that is the chapel. Classroom could be that, but it's a bit small. Then it means that that could be a holding cell, and then that currently doesn't have any purpose again. I do want a holding cell, but I don't know where to put it. It could just be that. That's the right size for it, and it's not overly large. We don't really need 2 per roll. You know what, I think that's about it. I think that's decided it, really. That's going to be our holding cell. In fact, I'm going to shift it to the other side of it, actually. Shift it to that side. There we are. Because we're never going to expand it, so we might as well just have it there. Okay, so we need a toilet and a bench, which is a fairly simple thing to put in. I could have benches down the side. Like that. And then a toilet at the back, which I will enclose. Honestly, I will actually enclose. I'll put 2 toilets either side. I'll put 2 toilets either side, so 4 in total. I will enclose that so we actually get that sorted. Right. So it looks actually like it's like some sort of okay thing. Okay, looks like an okay building. That there is saying there are no prisoners assigned to eat at this canteen. Yeah, I am aware of that, but that's a new thing. Obviously, once we get these put in, we'll be okay. Right. So staff, simple one. 2 guards, 2 cooks, we're sorted. Let's just go to our regime, and we need to free time the lot, because obviously we don't want... oh, that's lock up. Not that it matters. There we go. We're just going to free time most of this one, because we don't want anything getting cooked. There we go. Right, so, all that sorted. Grant done. We can get 2 more grants. Let us crack on with that one. Cell block A. Increase prison capacity to 15, that should be okay. Prison maintenance, we have to do that. Visitation rights, I think, is going to be quite good. Ah, that's pool table and stuff. So it might not be the best one to do. Yeah, we're getting on with it. Right. I need some bureaucracy stuff, I think. So we're going to go for maintenance and security and prison policy and legal and... that's it, because we'll be running... actually, we're not going to run out of money. Right, but that's what we're going to do for now. So, while they're doing that, I think we can get on with our very first cell block. Now, I say cell block because it is going to be a bit of a mix-up. It's going to be a cell block as well as a common room in the centre, which is a good thing because we also have this visitation thing, grant, which means that if we get this done... by putting these in, which I'm not going to put any more than that in, we get that ding-a-ling dies, and there we go. So, that's a visitation room, it says. Build a visitation room. There we go. That's weird. Build a visitation room and have at least 3 visitor tables. There you go. Ah, it's because I ordered 3 visitor tables, which is why that made the noise. Right. So these are going to be cells, and we will just go designation cells. There we go. Obviously slightly longer ones at the end for grading, because we're going to have to grade these things. So we want a toilet right at the back. And the reason it's on this side is because it will... ooh. If we put on this side, it means they have to turn a little bit further if they're trying to escape. Bed, right there. Which means, yes, your head is right next to the toilet. What a shame. Right, there's all that sorted. We'll unpause it while I crack on. And then I think we'll finish up the top there. Right, sorted. There's been a couple of comments regarding the design. Most people seem to be quite happy with it. A couple of people have made suggestions, mainly about these rooms here. A couple of people saying we should have this as like a sort of shop front, like a bit of a town. I don't know where that comes from because we're not making anything like that at all, but yeah, whatever. Basically saying, you know, switch stuff around, change things around, you know, move things over this way, that way. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason why people are saying move stuff around, other than just they can suggest that, but I appreciate that. That's fair enough, you know, that's what they're thinking might be a good idea. I'm not really up for changing the rooms. I mean, I've already changed them once this episode, so we're probably going to be changing them later on before we build them, but what I'm saying is that I'm not going to change them for the sake of it, you know, there's no reason to change them if the design works. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Obviously, people saying we need to get this yard done really, really quickly. I don't know why, but we'll get on with that. We also a couple of people saying that we haven't got security up and running, which obviously we need to get that there. And only one or two people mentioning about the death row. I mentioned at the very first episode that we might be doing death row, and I sort of ruled it out just by proxy by the time we'd finished designing the thing, because we just ran out of space. But a couple of people saying, oh, well, are you going to bring it back? Well, no, we will not be having death row in this prison unless we expand to the left, in which case we'll have a couple more cell blocks and then we'll put a death row at the end. So it will be based on the expansion, or if we actually do expand. So, we will see. Right, so common room will go in the centre, now that this is all sorted, and that is now in. And we need a pool table, 2 TVs, and 5 phone booths. So, pool table will go right in the centre. Now, it doesn't really seem a good idea to put pool tables in this thing, but it's what we're going to do. So, we're going to put 2 pool tables in there, and we want a bench either side as well. Do we want a bench like that? Yeah, benches like that, see? And then we want some phone booths in the... Do you want phone booths in the centre? I like a little clatter of pool balls as well. Did you hear that? Little clatter of pool balls. I think we might. Do you want to move this down one? No, I think that's about... Yeah, let's dismantle that and move it down one. It's going to be easier to build. I'm trying to think about the design later on. If I've got that one there and that one next to that, but I'm just going to forget. And I'm going to end up just changing it, aren't I? Because I'll just end up forgetting and having to move it, and then it's going to cause more problems. So we'll just have it like that, right? And that's pool tables. At least 2 televisions and some phone booths. Phone booths we could put phone booths in the centre. In here, in the canteen, and I think we will put some at the back. Like that, and like that, okay? And then we need some televisions, which will go, I guess, right down that side, and right down that side, with a couple of phone booths, probably interspersed somewhere around the place. Yeah, there we go. Right, so... Prison capacity is 12, not bad at all. We've got another grant that we can get, prison maintenance and security procedure certification. And I think we'll go for maintenance because we're already working on that one, you see. And I think we will go for groundskeeping, cleaning, and prison labour. Obviously, it's shouting at us saying, oh, you don't have a foreman. Yes, I'm aware of that. But that's quite an easy task. We can just buy a foreman, and then we can actually buy a chief while we're at it. And then obviously go to our... rooms and designate, if I can find the office. That is office, that is office, and there we are. And that one is obviously for the lawyer. Right, okay, 28 grand, I think, building brick, and we will crack on with another cell block on that side. I think we will also... No, we're not going to bother with that one just yet. What I do want to do... I think we will have actually have wall on this one. We're gonna have wall on here. Now this is obviously the yard, which I currently haven't put anything in yet, but we will get there. And this is going to be... Do we want... I don't think we want... Do we want doors? 1, 2, 3, and then double door. Double doors and jail doors all the way around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to have there. We'll see. Anyway, this thing requires an entrance. We'll put it in the center, which I think is there. Obviously, we haven't planned this because we're just going to copy off the design to the right. We'll see how that one goes. This is getting built. There we are. I think that's in the center. Looks about right to me. Okay. We will crack on. And hopefully, I won't balls that up. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to plan it. Not even going to plan it. I think I can get it right just by putting these in. Obviously, it's doing an auto light, which I actually forgot to turn off. I want to cancel all of them lights. I'm going to have to dismantle them as well. Dismantle object. All of these. I don't want to auto light. I want to do these lights myself because we have a rough design going. Is that a light there? It is, but it's just on the floor. Okay, fine. Right, cracking on. So, getting all these cells put in with brick walls. And obviously some of them are going to be a slightly different design. This one goes up and then along and then up there. And down and along and then down. Copying the design from the right. So, we could use a clone tool, but one, we haven't unlocked it, and two, well, there's no point in it, to be honest with you. As much as I like the clone tool, it's a very nice tool, but it serves no purpose other than sort of reducing a little bit of work that you need to do, right? If you're doing loads of building, I mean a monstrous amount of building, then guess what? Clone tool is your friend. If you're not, if you're just doing something like this, then, and you've already designed it to be, you know, very easy to copy over, then this will do you just nice. You know, this will do you just fine. I think you'll be able to manage with this. Right. So we need to put 1, 2, 3 beds in. But you know what? With the amount of money we have, we could probably get these all done anyway. Oh. There we are. I'm just hoping I haven't messed some of this up. I'm sure I have messed it up somewhere because that's just par for the course. And we've also got another little ding-a-ling noise there, which is probably a bit of research. Not really research, a bit of bureaucracy, a bit of unlock. Money down to 7 grand, it's no problem at all because we have more than enough to get that sorted. And there's all of our cells as well. Obviously we need some utilities, so I'm just going to run some water pipe down to there because that's as far as it needs to go, and then some small pipes right down the bottom, right across, and then straight up. There's a grand completion, which was the cell block A, I believe it was, so that was an easy one. Electrical cable we will run down to about there because everything gets powered up, and then we need to put in some lights. So lights will be in the same place as the other one. This is actually, now this, I've just been not really slagging the clone tool off, but I've basically saying how much I don't really care for it, but because of the way the lights are now, I'm having to work out roughly where, I'm not roughly where they are, but actually where they are in the design. The clone tool would have come in handy at this point, but you know, I think I can handle it. Yeah, there we are. Obviously, with this on that side, we can easily get it done. Do I want a bench in there? We could have a bench in the center, and it does seem to fit quite nicely, so we'll put a bench in. There we go. Alright, so there is actually another cell block-ish. Yeah, I say ish because we haven't got the common room done, but we do have a fairly decent capacity. Cell block B is there, which has raised my capacity to 50. I think I'm going to instead go for a bit of the old security procedure certification, which hire 10 guards, unlock patrols, and assign patrol routes. And we were going to do all that anyway, so I guess we'll go for deployment, and we'll go for intelligence and patrols, and we'll get remote access in a minute. Education we haven't got yet. Armory we do need to get. Small cells we're not going to do. I think that's about right there. So Why are they shouting? They're saying they haven't got a bed and toilet. That's fine. That says no prisoners are assigned to eat at this canteen. I don't know whether that'll fix itself once we have got prisoners and they'll get assigned to here and then they'll get assigned to that canteen. I think that's how it'll work. Right. 32,000 generic units of currency. Let's go to a building break, and we've turned off auto light because we need to get this room done. So this will be, well, there's 7 different things in here, but we'll go through it once we've all got it sorted. I think, actually, now that I think about it, that common room there is not required because we did say that one of these was going to be a common room. That's going to be an armory, that was going to be our kennel, and then that was going to be a common room, a holding cell. So I think, I'm pretty sure someone commented about that as well. Ah, well, there's always going to be mistakes made. It's just how it works, I guess. Especially when I actually sort of, not skip, but I do, have to... I do have to build and then leave it for several days in order for people to leave comments and stuff and then crack on, which is problematic, as you might imagine, because you end up forgetting what you're going to do. Let's just get these sorted. Obviously, we need to finish putting some walls into these yards, and then I should really furnish the yards, shouldn't I? Be a good idea if I did that. There we go. So let's get the yard sorted. We will have, I think, phone booths either side, right? So it's going to be phone booths either side, but that's going to cost a lot of money to do all of that one. So we'll not bother. Weight benches, I think we'll put in the centre. Benches fit in perfectly there. So the corners will be phone booths, and then in the centre, we'll have weight benches, you see. 1, 2. 1, 2. You know what, that'll do for now. That's enough weight benches and things like that in there. We'll put phone booths on the outside, and we might even put lights in there. I don't know, we'll see. In terms of doors, I really do want a door, but I don't know what sort of doors we could go for. I could brick these up, you see, this side. I don't really need the entrances on the top and bottom. If I brick them up, like that, right? I think this is going to be a bit better. Brick them up. And that means I can use normal doors. So, we don't really want to stop anyone breaking into these. Well, we want to stop... We want to have doors on just so it's an enclosed space so it can be taken over. But we don't really care whether it's a secure one or not. And also, if they do take it over and we need to breach it, we really want to make sure that we've got the right stuff. We will be able to break the door down easily, but I guess you could argue that it's the same for the other side. Anyway, bench, we're going to put it there and there. Benches are quite cheap, which is a good thing, and it also means we've got pretty much the same amount of phone booths, but they're on either side, you see. I'm going to finish one of these off so you see what we're going to go for. Like that, you see? There we are, and there's one yard, and we'll do the same down the bottom. We could change these yards if we need to, again, comments and all of that, but yeah, that's okay for now. Right, 18 grand, and... Hire 2 janitors and gardener is something we need to do, so I think that should be an easy one, assuming we've unlocked it. Yes, 1 gardener, 2 janitors. There we go, there's that maintenance done, and we've got a bit more money. We could go for staff well-being, which is, well, that's a very, very easy one to do. And cell block B, which we are on 24 prisoners at the moment. Prisoner acclimatization, we can't do that one. Reform program, nowhere near. Staff well-being initiative. Yeah. Cell block B is the way to go, I think. But what I'm going to do first is this area here. Because I think if I get this done, we could get prisoners. I really do think we can get some prisoners if we manage to get this one sorted. There we go. I think next episode we're going to get prisoners because we are pretty much ready to. Right, so I want... entrances there, and that should do it. That should do it. Okay, and then this one currently doesn't have a purpose, so we'll have to do something about that. We don't know what we're going to do there. That could just be like a interrogation area. I think what I'm going to do is dismantle that jail door and put a solitary door on there, because this is obviously going to have access to the armory. So, and this is going to be where we have all of the what would you call it, like security equipment, door opening and things like that, which means I could move that door if I wanted to. No, I like the idea of 2 doors there. Right. So this is the kennel. Do we have any of that unlocked? I don't think we do. Still researching that. We need to research armory and dogs and surveillance and remote access. Security is always the one, you know, unsurprisingly, security is the thing that costs the most in prisons. You know, ooh, surprise, surprise, and all of that. Right, let's just get all these solitary cells put in. I am going to have proper solitary doors on it because I feel that it would be a good idea. Hang on, is that solitary door? Yeah. 500 each. Bloody hell, that's a lot of money, isn't it? It's going to be worth it in the long run, I think. Are these solitary doors as well? Yes, they are. That doesn't need to be a solitary door. That could just be anything. We'll just put it as a jail door because it's going to be for dogs. And then this one, I don't know what that room does. Not yet. Right, electrical cable. Run it across. And then I'm going to run it up there to power that. And then, you know what what I'm going to do is start running cable the other side. Like that, because it doesn't cost much money at all. Might as well connect it up. Actually, we just put it like that, I guess. Cancel that. This room doesn't have anything yet, so we can't do that. I guess. Run it in like so, and then up. These rooms, like that, should probably that'll be about right. Be about right. Okay. So 3,622 generic units of currency. Hire 10 guards, and then assign 3 guards to patrol routes. That'll be enough, I think, to... Would that be alright? Oh yeah, we got the short-term... got the long-term investment almost finished as well. Let me just check our intake here. Intake is, yeah, we have 98... prisoners on the max sec ready to come in. Obviously, we're not going to receive that. We're going to receive the maximum of 24. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have actually got the ability to hold all of these prisoners. Well, or rather, we can hold them. It's not holding that's the problem. It's looking after them. So let's get the canteen finished. Or rather, expanded. This is fine. That is not fine. That is not fine. Obviously, we haven't got any of these rooms here. It would be a bit of a risk taking them now. Bringing in prisoners now would be a bit risky. Be interesting, though. Would be a good idea. Probably not. Probably not. Let's go to deployment and go to staff only. And obviously change all of these areas here to staff only. Morgue, staff only. That staff only. And then... all that is staff only. That and the kitchen is staff only. And these little, whatever these things are, they're definitely staff only. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that one. I don't know whether I want people working in the laundry. I like the idea of them working because you have prisoners working in there. And I guess they make money, you know. Which is why I think I'll probably make them work in the kitchen. But I don't know, we'll see. $2,000 left. Hire 10 guards. Not really enough to get the other stuff done. Going for surveillance. Going for automatic door opening. Haven't got parole. Haven't got shops or anything like that. But it doesn't mean we can't say... it doesn't say, you know, we can't build when... we can't do that while we're cracking on. Yeah, I think we'll end up getting prisoners. Right. This short-term investment, the long-term investment's going to be done shortly. There's all the guards we can get so far. Let's assign a couple of patrol routes. Deployment, guard patrols. Obviously, canteen is the simple one. Canteen, you just go that. At least one prisoner assigned, one guard assigned to that. Going to have a patrol in here. Now, I am going to have armed guards. You know, I was always going to have armed guards in this place. There is another set of patrols there. So that's 3 patrols. Where else do we need a patrol? Well, if we're going to have prisoners working in the kitchen, let's assign a patrol in the... actually, cancel that. We'll assign a patrol in the kitchen like so. We want a patrol in this room because obviously we don't want anyone exiting it. Yard, we really need a patrol as well. But that's a bit risky. We're going to have one nonetheless. One in each yard, you see. Just checking. A lot of patrols already here. And that's already messed up. Right. Don't know why, but for the sake of completeness, I'm going to put them all the... I'm going to sign them all so they're on the left-hand side. Visitation, we need someone patrolling as well. See, the reason I'm doing a lot of patrols now is because I don't have the... I don't have any way to monitor this. I don't have any CCTV or anything. Right, so deployment. Hire 10 guards. Just get a couple more guards. There we go, there's our guards. And we're actually going to bring that up to 15. There we are. And 21 grand left. We're going to go for another grant, which will be Staff Wellbeing Initiative, which is immediately completed, which is fine. Governmental Security Ratings, which requires dogs and stuff. And also Cell Block B. And Prisoner Acclimatization, which is give us 66 grand. Whoa, that's a lot of cash, isn't it? That's a lot of cash. Right. I think we're going to leave it there. Next episode, we will get that cell block finished off by putting a common room in, get that yard done, get a couple more security stuff, and receive 24 high-risk prisoners. That should be an interesting one. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.